Here we go. SSR coming up. Here we go. Come on. Well, maybe coming up. Of course, Alan, you can ask me anything, buddy. Go for it. Oh, no. I didn't get nothing, man. What the hell? Bruh. Oh. Never mind. They surprised me. They surprised me. Did you see that, guys? They surprised us there. Little tricky bastards. Sneaky. Very sneaky. Please, God, be something good. Please, God, be something good. Come on, come on. Okay. I'll take it. Good old Choi. I'll take it. Sweet. I got my fire character now. Woo-wee. Hello everyone, welcome back to Solo Leveling Rise, and this is the day 6 progression as far as how well I've done on my free-to-play account in this game. And I'm going to give you guys some tips along the way to help your progression in this game so that way you don't make any unwanted mistakes during it. Now on day 6, you're going to end up getting to the encore missions. You'll be somewhere around here, and this is where you're going to pretty much be stopped. And you're going to be able to move on. You'll be able to do the instant dungeon. You probably get stumped here unless you buy keys, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. And then we'll be able to do this. So hopefully today should be able to, well, actually we're going to get instant dungeon key right here. So yeah, we should be able to get this done. Should be able to have enough mana to buy another key. And speaking of keys, the thing that people always forget in the game is that, you know, you can actually go into the shop, you can go into the exchange shop, and you can buy extra keys for your instant dungeons or your encore missions if you need to do so, which really helps your progression in this game. It helps you big time, guys. You can buy these keys for 60 of these mana, and you can farm for these mana in the mining. You can get your instant dungeon keys. You get 2 of these every day by farming for 120 of these. And again, you're going to get these babies from your mining mission. So if we click on the bottom right hand corner here and we click on the gates, you can see down here in the left hand corner, which my face is actually in the way, and you click on it and you'll see these here. They have a time limit. You're only going to be able to do 3 of these at a time, unless I think if you whale or spend some money, but this is a free to play account, so that's kind of what I'm focusing on. But you always want to, through the day, these are going to end, and you want to make sure that you always clear them out and restart your dispatch mission so you can keep gaining this mana, so that way you can keep buying those keys. That's going to help your progression so much in this game, guys. It's not even funny. And sometimes when you get stuck, like right now, like I'm stuck in the game, I can't go any further, what can you do to gain some more experience to make your life a lot easier? Well, for a lot of you out there, you know, if you're maybe like me or you play like me, whenever I play the story mode, I just kind of go through the story as much as I can and just follow the challenges and go through it. And eventually you'll come to a point where you're going to get stuck like where I'm at right now, and you got to decide, you know, what to need to do. So what you want to do is you just want to go back to the story mode, and you want to find all the empty slots that you haven't finished. You want to complete all of these things if you can do it. Now sometimes maybe you won't have a wind element hunter, maybe you won't have a fire hunter or a dark hunter, and so on, right? And you can't complete those, but as you get to a higher level, you know, say for example, if your level is like level 60, I'm just saying for example, you could easily do this level 43, easily whoop the crap out of it in that 165-second clear, no problem, and get these summons, guys, because those summons are going to make a big difference. And you also want to do the same thing with your hard mode, right? Because again, you might get stuck and you might be in a spot where you can actually progress further. Like I can actually do this because you're going to gain a ton of experience if you're characters are capable of doing this. Now the next thing that I want to touch on is your hunters. Now when it comes to the hunters, guys, you really only want to level up certain hunters. Obviously I'm going to be leveling up my SSR characters. They're going to be numero uno. I just got Choi today, guys, on this free to play account. I had to go to the pity and I got him. Well, you guys saw at the very beginning of the video that I did pull for him, but I getting him set up right now, but unfortunately I don't have his ideal set. This is really the set you want to put on the guy, but it's really a matter of opinion. But this is all I have, so this is what I'm putting on. And if you notice, you guys, that my enhancement's only at +5, right? We do that so we know the kind of stats we're getting, because we're looking for specific stats for each of these characters. Now for every character, it's going to be a little bit different. Some characters are going to have different stats like defense penetration or attack or HP or defense. There's going to be different stats that you're going to be looking for each of these characters. And a way to know what you really want to base your main stat off of is just go to skills on any one of these hunters and take a look at what their attack is based off of. Take a look at what their skills are based off of. You can see that with Choi's case, he's based off of attack. If we go to good old Min here, he's based off HP. So whenever I'm looking for artifacts for Min here, I'm looking for artifacts with HP percentage. Now, there's been a lot of testing done, guys, where people have claimed that on the first stat, what you really want is additional for your hunters. You want additional HP or additional defense or additional attack and so on, and then have your second stat. So maybe you'd have additional HP here and then HP percentage below, and that's pretty much how you'd want to work on your hunters. Jin Woo is a different story, but that's kind of what you're looking for, right? So like in his case, we want additional HP. In his case, we want additional attack, right? Additional attack right here, right? For him, we want, if we go to skills, we can see that his attack is based off attack, right? If we go to this guy, his is based off of defense. So we're looking for defensive stats. Like, this is good, guys. If you get defense percentage, that's really good, because the first stat is the one that you can keep leveling up over and over and over, right? If you get additional defense, that's going to be a little bit even better. If you get additional defense and then defense, that's going to be insane for this guy. It's really going to help us damage tremendously. Another quick tidbit is whenever you look at the support skills of your characters, you can see that this guy has medium break. Support skills, what we use for Jin Woo, and QTE is what we use whenever you're playing with hunters. And you can see he has break on both of them. So it's ideal to put a break set, put the solid analysis set on him. And you can see, guys, with this gentleman right here, because he also has break in his support skill and his QTE skill, that I went the same way with this one. I went the same way with this one, right? But for this guy, we're looking for defensive stats. For this guy, we're looking for defensive stats, and so on, right? You got to look at what stats are actually going to bump up the character's damage. But characters with break are easy to figure out, because this is the only set that's really going to increase that break and help them out. Now, this guy right here, this is a good set for him, but I don't think it's really ideal. There's probably actually a better set, and I'm going to talk about these characters later on down the road. I just want to give you guys an idea of what you're really trying to look for. So again, you know, for this guy, we look at the skills. His stats are based off of defense. So again, we're looking for defense percentage or additional defense. And if you notice, I actually have a mistake on this guy where we actually have one that is wrong, which is the toughness, right? So we want to make sure we put the right one on here. So we're looking for these little guys right here. I have this one here, and I'm looking for, here's additional defense, which is actually very, very good. Let's see what this one's got. Attack and HP, not so great. We'll go ahead and equip this on him. And now we have the full break set. And this is really, really good, guys, having this matching set, because you're enhancing that break effect. So all these characters that have break, like this girl here, this guy, this guy, all of them work really, really well with this set. Now, with some of these other characters, it's a completely different story as far as what you actually want to equip on them. Like Lee, you know, you want to have like this set right here for her. She's really just mainly used as a support, so giving her the HP set really does help her quite a bit. And something else is, whenever like your artifacts or enhancement 10, you can actually change it without costing anything. So like, for example, if I want to change this one right here, click on change, click on this, just click on that. You can see it don't cost me any gold whatsoever. So as long as it's enhancement 10 and under, it doesn't cost you any gold whatsoever to equip, or I'm sorry, to unequip. So if we go to this one here and we hit change artifact and we hit unequip, you can see it does cost gold. So if they're above enhancement 10, you have to pay gold. If they're under enhancement 10, you don't have to pay gold. And that's why, like with most of your characters, you just go ahead and go to 5 or 10 at the max. See what kind of stats you actually get before you decide to go really further, because as you progress through the game, guys, you're going to be able to get like legendary artifacts way down the road. This was a free set that the game actually gave you, but you're going to be able to get legendaries later on down the road. And when it comes to Jin Woo, it's a different story. You really want to just give him solid attack on his artifacts. You're just looking for attack percentage mainly for him, critical rate, critical damage, and that's going to really help him out a lot. And these are the ideal sets that you want to use for him. I know I mentioned this quite a few times, guys, but if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, I just want to reiterate, it's really important to have attack percentage, critical rate, critical damage on this guy, man. He just does so well with it. And when you get into the weapons, my tip for you guys as far as weapons is, I wouldn't really level up your SR weapons too much unless it's a weapon that you really find very useful, that you find very powerful. I'm not going to go through all of these things, but your SR weapons, guys, like if you get this scythe, if you get the grimoire, if you get the plume sword, any one of those weapons, you should absolutely be trying to max out. You should be trying to level those things up big time. And the way that you're going to be able to level these up, the thing that's going to help you the most is you're going to need these materials, and you're going to get these materials actually from the battlegrounds. That's going to help you out a lot. So if we go into the battlegrounds, click on this guy right here, battlefield of trials. This is where you can actually get a whole bunch of these. Now I'm already at stage 20, by the way, on this free-to-play account on day 6, which is insane, guys. But you're going to be able to get, I don't know which one it was, but you're going to be able to get these materials in here. That's going to help out a lot. You can also get those materials from the shop. If you go into the shop, click on this guy right here. We go to exchange down here. Love the loading screens, guys. Always a good old time when you have all those wonderful, wonderful loading screens. By the way, guys, you can even buy gold. If you're struggling and you're running low on gold, you can buy gold in the Celebration Coin shop with these materials. These are materials you get from doing your pulls, and they're going to give you a whole bunch of pulls in this game. It's going to help you out so much. But you can see you can buy these little packs right here so you can level up your weapon. Where do you get these materials? You have to salvage your weapon materials in order to queue that up. So if we go into the weapons here, and you really want to salvage, guys, you want to salvage these little guys, the blue ones. Okay, so if I hit salvage here and then we go ahead and click it, you can see that we're going to get those materials. You hit salvage and boom, you got those materials. And once you salvage so many of those things, then you're going to be able to go back into that shop and you're going to be able to buy these things. So through the battlefield of trials, through here, you're going to be able to acquire these things so you can help level up your weapon. And you can see that the precision design is also in here, guys, which is really, really nice. Now you actually get these from salvaging your purple weapon. So if I click on that thing there, we click on source, weapon salvage, click move, you're back in here, and then you'd have to salvage these guys right here. Now you want to be really careful about salvaging your weapons in here. Personally, guys, I don't really care for this weapon that much. It's good for the shield. There are benefits to it, but it's very, very slow and sluggish. So if you wanted to salvage this guy right here, you could, right? And you'll get those materials to get those precision designs so you can level up your SSR weapons. That's going to help out a lot, guys. These weapons add so much power to your characters. I try to avoid leveling up SR weapons as much as possible, although I know a lot of you guys didn't get lucky as me. You don't have these weapons on your free-to-play account, and you're dealing with SR weapons. And there's nothing wrong with SR weapons. There's actually a leak that says they're probably going to be able to transfer SR weapons into transcend SR weapons into SSR. Now, don't quote me on that, but it looks like they're going to allow that in the future. And if that's the case, if there's a weapon in here that you really, really love, I would be very, very careful about salvaging them. I haven't salvaged. The only one I salvaged, the only purple weapon I've salvaged, guys, is the one that I just showed you. I'm just kind of a little scarce about it, but I have tested this one here, and like I said, it's just really, really slow and sluggish, and slow weapons aren't really the greatest in all honesty. There's an SSR fire weapon that has a lot of damage, but it's very, very slow. It gives a shield. It's a powerful weapon, but boy, it's slow, guys. It's really, really slow. I have it on my main account, and it can be a bit of a nightmare. But on the other hand, it can be useful at times. I mean, it's kind of how it is with this game. You're kind of playing it by ear as you're going through it. And another tip that I can give you guys is the banner itself. So in the banner currently right now, we have Cha. Cha is an insane character, guys. She's golden, powerful as hell. People keep asking me if I'm going to pull for her on this free-to-play account. Well, there's leaks coming out that there's going to be another character in the next banner that probably be more powerful than her. But the thing is, guys, the character that we're probably going to get might not be a light character. I don't really know, honestly, what the character is going to be, but I can tell you that she is godly. She is an insane character, and I'm actually waiting until the last day. We got 15 days from the time recording of this video before her banner runs out, and I'm just going to wait and see what character's coming next. Maybe some leaks will come out about their kit, things like that, before I pull in here, because you guys can see I've already done one pull. And remember, these pulls carry over to the next banner. So these 10 pulls are going to carry over to the next banner. So I would love to have her, but when you're free to play, you need to be a bit careful about who you're pulling for, about who you're going for. And you guys can see that I got 31,000 of these essence, and that's because I farm everything. I always come in here, I always do the challenges, I always click on this little icon up here that says new, and I always make sure that anything that has a red dot on it, anything, I click on it, make sure I do it, make sure it's done before I go any further. Another tip I can give you guys is it's really easy to forget about your shadow characters. After you play the game for a few days, you're going to unlock Shadow in Igris, and something about shadows, guys, that's really, really nice is they add a lot of battle power. They add an insane amount of battle power. So you can see right now, guys, that I got 79,846 battle power. But if I click on Army of Shadows and I go ahead and level this guy up, right? Okay, boom. Okay, now we go back out of here. Now you can see we have 79,871. So it adds a little bit of power, and the more of these guys, like when you get more of these shadows, because you're going to get more of them, you're going to be able to use 3 of these at once. Whenever you level up that Army of Shadows, it's just going to add more and more. It doesn't make a huge difference right now because we just have 1 shadow. But when you start unlocking other shadows, you're going to unlock a whole lot more power for your entire team. On my main account, it makes a huge difference when I have all these guys on the team. It makes a massive difference for that power on your team, so you can do that much more damage. And the last tidbit that I want to give you guys is you only want to level up just about 5 characters aside from Jinwoo. 5 or 6 characters. Don't go crazy. You're really trying to build up, because what I noticed on my main account is I'm over level 50 on that account. I think I'm level 57 on my main account, and I'm finding that if I just focus on 3 particular characters, especially 3 of different elements like a fire, a water, a light, and have them on one team, that seems to be helping me a lot more on my main account. Even though I might need a certain color or a certain advantage for that boss, it seems like that's been helping me out a lot, man. That main account's really been doing well because now I'm able to have power, because even though we might not have the right advantage over the boss, if our battle power is high enough, we should still be able to get it done, guys. I mean, there are exceptions. There are some bosses that have a bunch of shields, and things can get a little wacky sometimes, and maybe you will need that specific element, but you will find that gold is very, very scarce in this game. It's really hard to gain a lot of gold, which is why I mentioned earlier that you can buy gold from the exchange shop. That you really want to focus on those main characters. And just real quick, guys, obviously your SSRs are really great to go, but I could tell you that Jin Ho here is an awesome character level up. Kim Jewel is a very awesome character level up. Nam Taeyong is a very, very good, guys. This guy, Wang Dong-suk, is very, very good. I haven't played with Anna Rose. You can see she has a level up, unfortunately. And I haven't played with this girl. But the ones I just showed you, I can tell you from all the experience that I played, guys, are awesome. They are so good, and every one of these characters has ridiculous break. Actually, this guy Song Ji-il has good damage. He's actually quite strong, but these guys are just, they're OP, guys. They're so good for that break. They're so good to put on your support team. So hopefully some of these tips will help some of you guys out there as far as your progression in the game. This free-to-play account is doing wonderful. Level 41, day 6. Battle of Trials, stage 20. We're moving way along, guys. We're doing so well. I'm super proud of this account. So, guys, let me know how you're all doing in solo leveling Horizon. I do stream on Twitch and YouTube. Link Twitch in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody. Take care.